Welcome back to welcome to the channel, guys. In this video, what I want to go ahead and do is talk about fitness. So I want to talk a little bit about fitness, mainly due to the fact that on my gaming channel, I like to try to subtly promote fitness, and on this channel, I want to mainly promote fitness, but also lifestyle. So, anyways, um, I want to talk about the fitness community, bodybuilding, and I how I how do I say this? How I see myself as probably amongst the best natties out there. Some of the best natty bodybuilders. I haven't done a show, so I wouldn't say I'm a bodybuilder. But anyways, so I want to hop straight into this, and I want to start out with a little, dialogue, whatever you want to call it. So, anyways, so as we know with the fitness community, as it seems right now, currently, um, there's two main topics, which is always bulking or cutting, right? But I feel like cutting is the one thing that kind of overpowers everything as when it comes to a broad sense of fitness. A lot of average people, when they hear fitness, they're thinking like, dieting, getting in shape, losing fat, and stuff like that. And then there's some people who think when they hear fitness, they think about big muscles, strong, fast, all this other stuff. So it seems like there's only really two ways to really be a part of the fitness community as a quote unquote influencer. And it seems to be either one, you have to lose a lot of weight. So like Brentley G or a couple of other people who start out at really, really obese or just super heavy, which causes mental, mental and physical problems on your bodies. And then they cut down, they lose like 100 pounds or something like that. And then they have their body transformation video type of deal going on. And then they garnish themselves, a following based off of their journey of losing weight. And then on the other hand, it seems like I don't know. Honestly, I've from what I've seen, I haven't really seen it, but I haven't seen the contrary to what I'm gonna say. So on the other hand, it seems like people start out at their end result of their years of working out, and then, but the only problem I have with that is currently in today's, you know, society, it seems like more and more people use performance enhancing drugs, whether it be SARMs, some form of peptides, or steroids. A lot of people seem to be hopping on that for the get buff quick type of deal. And I'm gonna give you my opinion on that. Uh, it's gonna be a little bit harsh, but I'll give you my opinion on that in just a minute. So, anyways, um, but I haven't really seen too much of people start out somewhere, like start out not big and shredded buff, and then work towards that and get big and shredded and buff. And I guess mainly that's because when you're starting out, you're not big shredded and buff, so not a lot of people want to hear what you gotta say because they think you don't know what you're talking about. So I mean, I guess that is a little bit tough, but all that to say this, I want to be I'm going to start where I'm at now and build up to be this massive shredded dude. So I'm not gonna wait until let me do 2 years, 3 years, 5 years of training and then make some videos talking about how I did it. No, I want to do it along the way so other people can also follow and do it along the way. And in that 2 years or 5 years time period, it's not just me who got jacked, but a bunch of other people who watched and followed along with what I do. Anywho, with all that being said, the one thing I said I wanted to talk about these people who take steroids at like they're really young and they hop on gear. I personally am not impressed with their physiques. Personally. And I feel like now, don't get me wrong, do a lot of them look better than me? Probably. But I'm just not impressed. And there's a reason why I'm not impressed. And I'm gonna explain it throughout this whole video. This whole video will explain why I think the way I am thinking. But I think I'm gonna give you a little flex. But okay, so that's what we're looking like right now. Now that was important, and the reason why that's important is what I'm going to talk about next. So, what I want to talk about is me and why I personally believe that I can become one of the best natural bodybuilders or just natural fitness influencers when it comes to mental health, physical health, all of that, because I've had a pretty exciting life. I'm 25 years old right now, just so you know. So, we got to start. And I'm recording the screen because I'm too lazy to make it a whatever B-roll background and then put pictures on the screen. It's doing too much editing, so we're doing it the lazy way here. So what we're gonna do is I want to start by talking about my genetics first. So first off, genetics play a huge role when it comes to how you're going to look with your muscle development. And the reason I say that is look at me now. And when I tell you I don't train like that, I don't train like that. I have some pictures that I'll be showing you of when I was heavily training, and then there's, you know what I mean. So just stick with me. So let's start out. I want to start with my genetics. So this picture I found way back in 2015, and this is December. So I just turned 15. I've been 15 for a couple months, and I wasn't in the gym. I didn't work out, and this is how I look. So my genetics are decently muscular structured. This is no working out. 15 years old. You know what I mean? So my foundation is already set. I believe I have a really good foundation. I didn't work out here, you know. So and that's how I looked. Pretty. Shoulders always been kind of broad out there. Chest was somewhat developed. You know what I mean? And the biceps I've always had. I don't know if you can see it. Do you see right there? You see, there's a line. There's a split. Whatever. There's a split straight through my bicep. I don't know why. See that line right here? Well, there's a line straight through it. And when I go to the gym and I get pumped, oh look, you can see it good right there. Dang, where was it? Whatever. You just maybe you seen, maybe you didn't. But if you see on this picture right here, look, you see that? How it feels like it looks like there's a line. I don't know what that is. So if you know what that is, let me know. But it's in both my arms. You can't really see because this arm is blasted up, but there's a line in that bicep. Apparently, I've had it my whole life. But this was me in 2015. I just turned 15 years old in September. So I just turned 15. This is December 27th. And yeah, see, so my genetics are solid. And I didn't really work out. I was too focused on, yada yada, whatever. And then, I would work out every once in a while, right? Like here and there. Um, I actually think I have a video of 1 second, guys. I have a video right here. This was 2018. So I went to, as you see, I still look about the same. I went to, I remember, so I was 18. I was already living on my own, doing all that stuff. This is January, so I barely turned 18 in September. And I went to go visit my sister, and they had a little gym apartment. And me and her dude at the time was like, hey, let's just go hit that little apartment gym. So that's what we went to go do. And you see, I've always been fairly muscular. That's just my natural physique, I guess. So that was pretty cool. I just wanted to show you that. So I've always been decently muscular without ever really actually having to work out. The way my life went from that point on, I didn't really have much time to work out. I kind of had to focus on life, working two jobs, paying bills, and just, barely getting by. So working out just wasn't in the cards. So yeah. So let's see. Let's look at this one. So this is 2018, a little bit after, a few months after. Now this is when me and my sister and her dude, we all decided to get an apartment together because we wasn't balling. And this is what I look. This is just what I look like. I still working two jobs. And then I had a little bit of time between stuff like that, and that's just my natural physique. Now, to me, not all that impressive. Not impressive at all, really. Um, but if you look at it from a standpoint of somebody who just doesn't work out, it's alright. I mean, I'm really skinny there. I mean, I still have some slight developments. You can see a little bit of, chest lines and whatever and whatnot. Veins is out there, stuff like that. I mean, it's alright, but like genetically speaking, I think I am really freaking lucky. I got really, really lucky. Now, I was 18 years old here. And once again, no training, no training. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't supplements. I wasn't, no, just living life. Well, not living life like in a good way, just getting through life. Uh, so shortly, some time passed after that point, and then I ended up joining the army. I joined the army, I think 2020, something like that. Yeah, 2020. Yeah, and so obviously, so joining the army at 2020, that's when really, I guess we could start saying that's where the physical aspect of like working out and stuff like that of my life really started. So I was 20 years old at that time, and that's when I joined the army. And the reason I say this is because basic training, right? So you eat 3 times a day, like regardless. And the reason this is important because we're gonna talk about eating later. So we ate 3 times a day. So you go to the chow hall or you get hot A's or you get MREs. Either way it goes, you get 3 meals a day, which was cool. Um, so we ate 3 times a day. I know I said that like 70 times, but my bad. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. So not only with the eating, we every single morning, at least 5 days a week, we always did PT in the morning. I'm talking balls early, like 4 in the morning type of deal. And I'll pull up a picture. Oh no, well, this one is shortly after. I'll pull up a picture just so we can have something to look at. This was after, just so you know. But anyways, let me finish this. So we did cardio every single morning, and I'm talking about the longest runs for absolutely no reason. And I do not like cardio. I'm gonna tell you that now. So we was running all the time, every day. And then after some time, then they started giving us personal PT in the evening to where you can either run the track, walk the track, go to the pull up bars, flip tires, you know, whatever. So that's when I started to do push ups and pull ups and tire flips and stuff like that. So I got a little bit extra working out in on top of the 3 square meals a day, and that put me at a pretty decent weight, and I was a little more built than what you've seen. I was looking previously. I had a little bit more weight on me. I'll say that, but the muscle development all still looked the same. Just think of it like a little bit bigger. Um, yeah, I want to say I was around 160 pounds, which is pretty light. But I was around 160 pounds at that time, and previous to that, I've always been around 150 from like 18, 17 to 20, then around 150 pounds. So yeah. And then I got to after the basic training, it was about 160. It was a little bit bigger, but then that's when the training kind of stopped because basic training, it's all about training. Doing the training for your job, training to be a soldier, physical training and stuff like that. So when I got to my unit, which is this picture is from when I was in the barracks room. Uh, all of that kind of slowed down. The training and the eating 3 times a day, you know, and I started losing weight again. I was still heavier here, as you see. I'm 20 years old, so the muscle development's a little bit better than, obviously when I was younger, like 18. But it's only a 2 year difference, and I didn't, like I said, didn't really train too much, really at all. The only training I did was the cardio PT in the mornings, and some like maybe once a week, once every other week, we did some form of weight training. But that was really about it. And that's how I looked. So I just always naturally looked pretty good. I had slight separations in the legs. Obviously the abs were there. The chest looks developed, but it was really small still. I'll say that. My chest wasn't big and juicy. But that's how I look. So my genetics, like I keep saying, is it's top tier. That's why I do believe that if I actually put effort into this whole fitness thing more than what I have done in the past, I do believe that I will be I'll be one of the best um natty bodybuilders. And obviously me gonna be looking absolutely crazy is gonna bring some people thinking that I take roids. But anyways, so that was that. Shortly later, long story short, blah blah blah. Time goes on. I did go to the gym for probably like 2 months, 3-ish months with a friend, but we focused on strength training. So within that 2 to 3-ish months, I went from benching 135 to doing 220, no, 255 as a 1 rep max within that 2-ish 3 month period. Um, After 2 months, we kind of started slowing down because, military stuff, had to go to the field, had to go do here, go, rotations, all this other stuff. So we kind of stopped working out slowly until it completely ended after about like 3 months span. So I went from 135 bench press to a 255 bench press within that time frame, which I thought was pretty good. So I just wanted to bring that up. Oh, okay, I do have some good strength too, not just like good genetics for physique, but I think I have really good strength as well. So, anyways, uh, some years go by after this point. What was this? When was this? 2021. So yeah, some years go by after this point, and I'm at this spot in life where it's a little stressful. Not a little, a lot of a lot of stressful. So my diet drops down to eating about once a day, and I'm eating like, and it's not like a one full meal. No, it's like a microwave burrito a day. I'm just going through the motions, just getting through life, trying to figure stuff out. So my diet ended up tanking with the calories, and once again starting to lose weight, and looking like a freak. But things started getting a little bit better. I ended up getting married. We got an apartment, and life was actually it was a lot better. And I started, what they say, once you get happy, you start gaining that happy weight. So I went from being a bag of bones to start gaining weight. And let's see what year, because we have the pictures here right now. So I'm gonna be showing you guys. Uh, this is right here. When was this? When was this? 2023. See, January 14, 2023. I was about 168 pounds here. Yeah, I got fat. I got pretty fat. Now you're gonna see a side by side picture, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Let me pull this one up. Yeah, look at that. No chest. A little something on the arms. The shoulders just I was born with shoulders apparently, and yeah, your boy got fat. You know, to me that's fat. Okay, but so we got fat because the happy weight and stuff like that. And the reason why you'll see the side by side pictures. We'll just pull up the first one. We'll pull this one up. So the reason for this side by side picture is because I looked in the mirror on the left with the blue. I looked in the mirror one day and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm actually getting fat. And I don't like that. I don't want to be fat. I don't like being fat. I like muscles. At this time, I'm always watching Mr. Olympia's this, Texas Pro, all this, that. And I'm watching all Greg Doucette. I'm watching what's that guy? Oh my goodness, I forgot his name. Nick Trigilli. I used to watch Nick Trigilli all the time. Sometimes he was a little bit annoying, but just nevertheless, I watched him all the time. And one day like I said, I looked in the mirror and I was like, I'm getting fat. Belly was getting all round. And I was like, okay, we got to do something about this. And I seen, Nick Trigilli promotes old school labs like it's nobody's business. So I decided, you know what? Let me check out old school labs. So let me show you. So I'm not sponsored by them, just so you know. But I went to go check out old school labs, and I was like, all right, let me try out their supplements. Let's get some protein powder and let's get some other stuff, whatever, because I'm not gonna be fat. I can't let myself get fat, and that's the fattest I've let myself get my whole life. So and when I went to go get some subs, I seen that they were doing a summer transformation challenge. I think it was 2023, like I said. So their transformation challenge, and I was like, bet. So this is gonna be a motivation and incentive to grind the gym for the 8-week time span that this challenge was taking place. And there was cash prize, but spoiler, I didn't win anything. I guess my transformation wasn't good enough. But so that's what happened. So we did that, and then that's when the grind started. Got the supplements. Once the supplements came in, I'm like, all right, bam, we're already registered. We're ready to rock and roll. So took these little check-in photos and then got on the grind. So it was about 8 weeks. Me and my wife, we went to the gym and stuff. She did her thing, I did my thing, and we were grinding. And as you see the results of 8 weeks of hard working, this is what we look like. And I think this is pretty crazy. Let me see if I can get multiple up on the screen real quick. 1 second, guys. All right. No, don't put that there. We'll just have to click through these then. But let me make sure they're easily accessible. So we got all these photos. And this one. Okay. Dang it. Ah, great. Crap. Anyways, these are I guess these are fine. So as you see, this is what we look like before and after. Before it was in the blue, um, after was in the gray, and our back. This one was my first time. This is like I said, 2023. We're only in 2024 right now, but this was my first time really like dedicated in the gym. Like I said, I'll go to the gym here and there. I watch so many videos of people working out and blah 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 blah. So me going to the gym didn't feel like I didn't feel like I was new. I knew what to do, what workouts to do to hit which muscle groups because I've watched years of videos. And my back was pretty good. My back is actually my favorite muscle group. I really like it the most. Um, and I thought I made some pretty decent stuff. I definitely added some thickness here and a little definition around in the back area. Obviously, check out them guns. Look at that. Check out them guns. Look at the round shoulders. And then as you see, the chest definitely got fuller. You know what I mean? So I'm like, and then the abs got a little bit tighter, strided up chest and all that good stuff. But yeah. So I put the grind in big time. And what I find crazy about this transformation is not really like, oh my goodness, how buff are you or how big did you are or whatever. But this was my first time actually spending a solid amount of time in the gym my whole life. Like before, it was like go to the gym, work out 2 times a month type of deal, and just leave it at that, if that. And sometimes I wouldn't even go to the gym for a year, 2 years, or what I mean. And the fact that I can look like this with just 8 weeks of training, and obviously I took some supplements. So I took creatine, protein powder, and pre workout. Those are the three supplements that I took for this transformation challenge. And I'm like, that's insane. Like, I can definitely, my genetics are nuts. And nobody can tell me otherwise. So that's really the main thing that I got out of this, because like I always kind of figured my genetics were pretty decent, because like I said, I've always been pretty muscular. But when I did this challenge and seeing where I could go, it did motivate me to keep working out. But I ended up stopping working out after this. So what happened? So after the transformation challenge, I ended up getting discouraged because I got a honorable mention for that when I feel like I put in a solid amount of work. And obviously at the time that's how I felt, you know what I mean? Um, where are these? Oh, there's that. I'm trying to see if I can find the other picture. Nope. So, anyways, yeah. So I got discouraged and stopped working out because I was like, oh man, they played me. Yeah, yeah. Look right here. Look at the lats. You know what I mean? I was working on lats and stuff like that, trying to get the back juicy. The chest was nice and strided up. I didn't have crazy amount of muscle mass, but I definitely added a little bit more. For sure, mass to the chest. I think the shoulders, biceps, and things like that. I had a little bit more size, but we got diced up. We got diced up, and that was my first time. But I got discouraged because I felt like I got played. I worked hard for this, and didn't place, didn't get any rewards or nothing. And there's 10 placements and stuff like that. And the reality is the old school labs transformation challenge is really geared towards people dieting and losing fat because I don't have really much fat to lose. I'm playing a losing game here. So I stopped working out again for a long time. And then I ended up we ended up shortly after that, my wife ended up getting pregnant. So we was having our first son. So I definitely didn't go to the gym. And then, maybe like a year later or something, uh, life was getting a little, crappy again. So I'm doing overtime. So, I don't have really time for much of anything because my life was consisted of work, sleep, wife, newborn baby, dog every day. Work, sleep, wife. That's same routine every single day. So I didn't really have time for much of anything else. So I didn't go to the gym. My dog ended up getting sick. I'm out here looking like a skeleton and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I looked in the mirror one day. Well, I had a picture and I looked at a picture of myself and I was like, dude, I look, I look like I'm gonna die. So, um, I was like, all right. And then I got an email from Old School Labs talking about, hey, transformation challenge. It's their spring transformation challenge, and that was recent. And I was like, I should do it. And there was a cash prize. So the reason why I did it, even though I knew I was gonna get held again, because that's how the first one went, I was like, but if there's still a chance, I still gotta take it. Because it was a cash prize. We needed the money at the time. I was like, I need money to take my dog to the vet because we ain't got it, you know what I mean? And then, you know, we still gotta make sure these bills are paid and we're pinching pennies really. And so I did. And I still had supplements from the last time from the last one because, like I said, once I after that I stopped working out, so I didn't take any more supplements. So I had some leftover supplements I was using, and this is what we looked like at the start of that. As you see, I got really freaking skinny. Arms look like toothpicks. You know what I mean? Like we were skinny. We were skinny. Chest don't exist. The chest ain't there. Chest does not exist. Let's see the other one. This one is the one that's just horrendous. Got a big head, bobblehead, skinny toothpick neck, scrawny long arm. Look at the legs. Look at the legs. Freaking toothpicks. I was really stressing. I'm gonna tell you that. Losing so much weight. And yeah, so that's when this is the start of when I was like, all right, we gotta get locked in, try to win this money because dog needs some medical attention. We need to freaking get some food. We need to get diapers, wipes, pay the bills, and all this other stuff. So that's when I got locked in. So this one was around. It was still an 8-week transformation challenge, but I signed up, and I was about a week before it started, the initial start date. So I had about 9 weeks, and this one was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, because I had the motivation and incentive to try to get first place because there was cash prize and I needed that. So I went dumb. And look, there was no steroid use because I was too broke to even buy steroids if I wanted it. I was trying to get the money because I had life to pay for. So I went crazy on this one and I went real hard at the gym. I didn't play no games. I didn't waste no time. I was dedicated. So once it ended, this was the end result. Let's make this bigger so y'all can see. This was the end result of that challenge. And oh my goodness. Nah, I gotta do this because I need you guys to see the difference. Let's do this one. So look at the difference. Actually, can we do this? Yeah, look at the difference here. Let me take my camera out 1 second. Look at the difference. That's crazy. You can even see the difference in the face. I was, skinny face, skinny neck, and look here, a little thicker face. Not too crazy, you know what I mean? I kind of look. I feel like I mean, I'm definitely not as big as I was because once again I stopped working out after this. But yeah. So look, I was looking amazing. Look at my back. Well, I was working on getting that demon back right there, and I was getting the hammies in. I did slack on the legs quite a bit in this whole prep. Not gonna lie, and I kind of slacked on the arms a little bit too. I feel like the arms still looked all right, just not all too great. But I mainly focused on chest, traps, back, and yeah, that's really about it. That's really all I focused on. I don't really ever do abs. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, and that's how we look. I was so proud of this look. I got striations everywhere. I was, yeah. And the crazy part is, obviously, you can see there's a difference in weight. I started this one out at about 154 point something pounds. That's where I was here, 154 point something. And then and then in the after, I was 174.8 or something like that, something around there. So I put on 20 pounds in that 8 weeks, 9 weeks. So yeah, I was so proud of this look. And when I was looking at this is what really locked me in with the I have amazing genetics. So that's what locked me in about me having such amazing genetics because look at that. You can't tell me that that's not great genetics over going from what you've seen before, that scrawny little skeleton, the bag of bones, to this in only a 9 week period. Yeah, that's freaking insane. Now, obviously, I know there's newbie gains there, and I'm 25 years old now. So obviously, if I would have started way back then, I would be, bigger than I am now. But I mean, I'm still. It's not like I'm a toothpick now. So after this, I did stop working out again. Didn't win that, and so I had to figure out other alternatives, try to get money and stuff, blah 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 blah. I did still maintain a level of working out, so I would go like a couple days a week. Sometimes I went like 4 days, and then other weeks went like one, and then I'll take a week off. You know what I mean? So I still did kind of maintain somewhat of a gym schedule, except for the last month and a half. This is when I really fell off with the gym. I really stopped going altogether, maybe once a week, twice a week, if that. And then I stopped eating. I would eat like I'm gonna give you an example. So like I think it was about like maybe about a week ago or 2 weeks ago from now. I remember that whole week I would just come back home from work because I work overnight, and then so I get off at 8, and then I typically go to the gym, and then get my son and do all that. But instead, I just skip the gym, and I would come back, and I'll toast a bagel, put some cream cheese on it, strawberry cream cheese, and that was all I ate the rest of the day. I didn't eat nothing else, and then I just go to sleep, bring a little something something to work, like a sandwich or something like that. Sometimes I would eat it, sometimes I wouldn't. I would be hungry, but I just don't want to eat. I don't know why. I just don't like to eat. So unless I'm like my stomach is giving me hunger pain, I don't eat. I don't know why. It's stupid. Maybe I have an eating disorder. I don't know. But that's where I'm at now. So I've severely dropped my calories, not intentionally. Well, I mean, I guess it is intentionally, but it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm trying to get shredded. I just did it because yeah. Um. So now, obviously, I'm about 165 pounds now, so 10 pounds lighter than I was, but and I'm definitely a lot smaller because the clothes fit a little bit different than they did then. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was 175 right there, dude, I felt huge. I felt like I felt huge. I'll be walking and I look and I'm just walking and I'm feeling beefy. And then I walk and I look in the mirror and I'm like, dang. Sometimes I felt like, am I too big? So I don't know. But no, I really like that. But now I'm not there. I don't eat too much now. I probably around 1,000 calories a day, if that. That's kind of like my max. Um, but I really need to lock back in, and I want to lock back in. So I decided we're gonna do this. That's why I'm making this video. So I was like, okay, we're gonna do this whole fitness YouTube thing. I want to one day be able to compete, but I can't compete if I don't keep myself accountable and keep myself motivated to go to the gym. Also, it I'm not gonna lie here. Obviously, as doing fitness stuff like that, getting dice shredded up, getting a following, and then getting sponsored and stuff, obviously that means I'll have finances. And that means I can stop banging out overtime, back to back to back, and stressing and not eating because I'm stressing and depressed, and then finally, after a year, things is cool for 3 weeks or a month, 2 months, and then back to stressing again. I can be somewhat stabilized. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this. But not only that, there are a lot of things that I've been through in life, mentally and physically, and I definitely would like to help people. Talk to people, engage with people, go out and meet people. Like let's say we get a good following, and like we did like a meetup or something, and I would like to talk to people because mental health is super important. I'm not gonna say too much on this video. Maybe later on in the future we'll talk about it, but right now, not too much. Mental health is really important, and I think mental health plays a big part in your bodybuilding aspect. And I'm not saying bodybuilding as on stage. I'm talking about building your body, building your muscles, and to be healthy, strengthening your lungs, your heart, all of that. That's all. To me, that's bodybuilding. Your whole entire body, not just your external, your internal as well. So that's why we're doing this. And based off of these photos here, like I said, 9 weeks, I do think that I can be at least make a goal, which the goal, the best natural bodybuilder. That might be a ridiculous goal, but I mean, pictures don't lie. So what you're seeing right now is I did go to the gym 2 days this week. Yeah, well, last week because today's Sunday, but I went 2 days. I didn't eat. I just worked last night and I didn't eat, which stupid decision, but hey, it is what it is. We'll get it locked in. So what I'm gonna do now is we're going to. I'm gonna dedicate time, not every single day because I don't want to upload videos every single day, but I want to show you guys because we're gonna do exactly what I did there in that prep. We're gonna do exactly that. And the crazy part is I wasn't downing 5, 8, 10,000 calories a day. Most definitely was not. So I want to show you what I did there. And it wasn't, the Sam Sulek diet. It wasn't, just eating any old everything. No, I'll show you. Just subscribe to the channel, and you'll see exactly how I went from a disgusting skeleton who looks like I'm about ready to die to a freaking diced up, shredded up, 20 pounds heavier beast in only 9 weeks. And I'm going to show you guys that on the channel. And then my hopes is that we continue to grow. Now, I'm not going to, I will not let myself, the max that I want to weigh is probably like 190. I'm not going any higher than that. I don't want to be doing steroids. I don't want to, no. Because personally, when I was right here, I felt like if I only did this for 9 weeks and these other people who take steroids and they work out for 2 years, I look better than them. And that's how I felt. And that's still how I feel. There's a lot of people who take steroids and go flaunt all over social media because, oh my goodness, my arm is like that big. Okay, yeah, your arm is just big. Cool. My guy, if you look in the third picture, I got some striated traps. Yeah, you look like a big balloon, and I look like a freaking diced up Julian salad. I think I look better. I gotta, I'm looking more aesthetic. So, anyways, that's just me. That's just how I feel about all of it. And I'm out here in the business of helping out my fellow. I don't want to say I have an eating disorder. I don't think I do. I mean, I might. I don't know. Like I said, I just don't really like to eat, so I won't eat unless my stomach starts to hurt because I'm hungry, maybe I do have eating disorder now. Who knows? It's not diagnosed, so I don't have it. That's how I see it. But anyways, so anybody else that's like me, that where you're typically always lean, or it's hard for you to gain weight. Like it was a struggle for me to gain weight on that first challenge, but then I adjusted things, changed it up a little bit, and I gained 20 pounds on the second challenge, and that's what we're gonna be doing. So we're gonna be working on putting on the weight not too fast because I don't want. I'm not in the business of storing a bunch of body fat. I want to stay lean. Like when I'm working out, I want to still see striations everywhere, separations. That's just me. And we're gonna put on weight at a reasonable rate to where we look good the whole time. Like what does Greg Doucette say all the time? Main gain. Except we're essentially gonna be bulking, but not to an extreme degree to where we get fat. Because I don't want to be fat, and I don't want to be looking like Jack the Skeleton either. So we'll follow the journey, and I'm gonna show you exactly what meals I ate. What I didn't I ate a little bit different than what you see as normal today, is what we'll say. And it's not nothing too crazy. Pretty much, let's say I don't follow anybody's diet. I just kind of follow what I like to eat. And there's one meal in particular that I freaking love, but I don't make it all the time because I don't want to overeat it. Um, but if we were to pick a fitness influencer in their diet, it'll most likely follow along the lines of Greg Doucette, but just not really too much of him because Greg seems like he does a lot more lose weight and keep it off type of stuff because I know he says that a lot, and I'm not. I can't afford to lose weight and keep it off. And there's other people in the world like me. Not everybody is. Don't get upset. Not everybody in the world's fat. There are a lot of people that are like me who are skinny or just naturally muscular, but just weigh a little bit and doesn't have that much body fat. So lose weight, keep it off isn't going to help. So I want to show you guys everything that I do. I want to show you guys some of the training that I do. Um, and then also here and there will be out. I do want to talk about like mental health stuff and the whole just life, everything. So anyways, this video is already 42 minutes long, so we need to relax. And yeah. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Share this with Greg Doucette. Tell him if he thinks I'm natty. I mean, I proved in here. I think I proved that I'm natural. And I'm still natural today. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you're looking for something that's not losing weight or eating a bunch of garbage to get big, and if you think that I've proved that I know what I'm doing with these photos and the challenges and everything that I did, consider subscribing, following the journey, because I'll be showing you guys what foods I eat, what foods I cook, what do I prep, how much food do I eat a day. And I'm telling you now, we're not eating 50 million calories a day. We're not. So, hey. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and that's it for me. Until next time.